Morning crew, welcome back to the Andy Mechanic YouTube channel, and we've got Mr. Ben.
Hello.
In the workshop here to give me a hand fitting a full Old Man Emu suspension lift kit to the Generation 4 Suzuki Jimny, the one that we've got behind us from 2019 onwards. And we've got lots of boxes of nice shiny stuff, so it'll include the springs, the shocks. We've got a weird headlight sensor bracket to change at the back. We've got panhard rod bracket to fit. We've got bump stop thingies to fit as well, haven't we?
Longer brake hoses.
Well, no, not longer brake hoses. It's a bracket to allow the original brake hose to be used.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it obviously raises the mounting point of the hose so it doesn't get tight when the suspension fully drops down. Now, haven't done one of these for many years. The last one we did was on our Nissan Patrol back in the UK. That was many years ago. Actually, it was on my Emu, but it didn't involve all the the additional stuff. It was, oh mind you, it had a transfer box angle correction plate. So for the prop shaft. So it didn't have too acute an angle, because that was quite a high lift, was that one. This lift kit, I believe, is 40 millimeters, 50 mil, and it's actually quite a popular kit to fit to this model of Suzuki Jimny, because there's not a lot of room in the front end. We're running 235/75 R15 tyres on it now. Standards 195/80 15, so these are substantially larger. We didn't want to go any bigger. It's not a monster truck, right? It was just to give it a bit more purchase on the road, so it's going to increase the track with these tyres, and a little bit more of a flotation ability when we're on the beach. Basically, that's about it. We don't want to sink on the beach because the tide comes in and then there's no more Jimny, right? Okay, so we're going to start at the front end. I think there's less to do at the front end than there is the back. So we've got springs and shocks to fit to the front end, and I think there's also a bump stop kit and something else. Do you have a look at all the bits? I bet you do. Here we go. Okay, so this is what we've got in the kit. This cost about 2,100 New Zealand dollars. So Ben, I've spent some more of your inheritance.
What inheritance?
Exactly. It's going to keep getting spent. So, what have we got in the box? Right, in the box is panhard rod and bump stops. I believe that's all for the rear. So we've got bump stops in there. We've got a panhard rod bracket in there to correct that, and some nuts and bolts in the corner. So that's that one. We've got this weird little bracket for the headlight sensor, which is actually at the back of the car. We've got this pack, which doesn't say whether it's front or rear, but I'm assuming it's front. Brake line extension kit and shock mount kit. Interesting. Okay, I've got that one to do. And we've got 4 shocks. Different part numbers, by the way, front to rear. And we've got the springs as well. Obviously 2 in each box. And again, different part numbers. Does it tell us which are front and rear? That's a very good question, isn't it? Maybe I'll have to go and find the invoice, because it doesn't actually tell us on the box which are the front ones and which are the rear ones.
Does it say any instructions?
There aren't any instructions for fitting the springs or the shocks. The only instructions that we've got, unless they're in the box,
Probably in the box.
the only instructions we've got are with these smaller additional bits and pieces. See, there's instructions there as well, look, you see. So, I don't know. It's going to be a little bit of an adventure. Ben's on his phone again. Never ends. Hey, I've been editing videos on doing the trailer, and I spotted you on your phone on the footage, and it went out on the video. Ben's busy on his texting away on his phone. I'm busy grinding away. Mrs. Mechanic's busy on the trailer, getting of all the weldings, black ribbons and stuff there.
I do have people to manage.
I know you do. It's all right. I'm just winding you up. It's all good. We all go on our phones, apart from today, realistically, because for the last 2 to 3 days, we've had 0 internet here. So luckily it wasn't a live stream this morning. Right, Ben, the first thing we need to do is to get the front end jacked up on axle stands, and then we'll use the trolley jack then to lift and lower the front axle to get the springs and stuff in. And if you want to tear open the boxes and see if you can find some instructions, because it'd be quite good, and I'm pretty confident we're going to need some torque settings and stuff. And I would expect Old Man Emu, being a prestigious brand, they are like the Rolls Royce of lift kits, to give us some fitting instructions. Okay, here we go. Used.
You don't paint something without wiping.
Honestly. See what you can find, Ben, while I get it jacked up. There might be different diameters, in which case we'll know from the springs you take off. I just thought it was a bit odd.
Okay, 0 instructions in box 1.
Okay. Will the springs stand vertically and then they won't?
No. Oh, it might be that way up, maybe. Okay, they will that way up. Okay, I think it's going to be fairly obvious which ones are rears, which ones are fronts.
Oh yes, they're
Thick,
quite
chunky.
Little weedy.
Oh, okay.
They're also different heights too. I like a coil.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's pretty obvious which ones are which. Okay, excellent sense. Right, Ben, can you let the jack down nice and slow for us? Oh, hang on then. It's going back a lot, isn't it? Okay, let's reposition. Go up again.
That's it.
Hang on, I'm going under the vehicle, so don't let me die. Right, can you lift the right hand, so the left hand side of the vehicle a bit, because it does pivot. I see a little bit of clearance. That should work. Okay, I'm ready when you are. It's very shiny under here. Oh.
Coming down.
Yeah. So let your jack roll towards you.
It won't move because you put it on uneven concrete, sure.
Okay, that's one of the problems we have. You can go a bit quicker than that.
No, I don't want to.
I don't want to.
No, this valve is shit.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. You see it get to touch?
We're about an inch off this side.
How about the other side?
Other side's touching.
Okay.
Go on, go on, go on, go on. That's better. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Okay, that can come trolley jack. You can leave that under there actually for now, because we're going to need that anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, wheels off. Right, wheel that's incoming. Whoa, that's a good shot of that wheel. Looks massive. It's a lot slower this one, isn't it? Right, wheel ups. Incoming. So yeah, search for fitting instructions and
That's done.
good job, Old Man Emu. Come on, I was expecting better than that. Right, let me put you the torch on, I think. Hang on, there we are. So what have we got? Is the spring clamped? It isn't, it just sits there, doesn't it? It just sits, there's no clamp at the top, no clamp at the bottom. So the spring is only trapped by the maximum length of the shock. So all we need to do is take the shock out on both sides, and then we should be able to lower the jack down. The axle will drop down, and then we can pop that spring out and stick the new one in. Easy as that. And I did go for the heavier duty front springs, because obviously, yeah, obviously we're going to have a bull bar and a winch, right?
Yeah.
Not for this particular trip, but the bull bar's already ordered.
Really?
Yeah, they're going to make me one up, especially in Australia, to fit a £12,000 winch, which is a lot bigger than you normally put on a Jimny.
You could just nick the old one off a fun bus then at that point.
That's a £16,000.
Well, there you go, and you can go up anything.
That's massively heavy. We need 2 batteries for that. But yes, you're quite right. That would be a good winch. Got me thinking now. But that would be sad for the fun bus.
Well, it would be. If it stays on there much longer, I'm going to take it off and put it on my ute.
No, you're not.
Oh, I am.
Do you know how expensive that winch was?
I don't care. It's been set there for 10 years, basically, doing nothing.
Still work. I do use it, Nina. I do use it every now and again. I use
No,
it.
you don't.
I do. Sometimes. I think I used it 3 years ago. Right, okay, less banter and more action. Alright, chuck us your more grips to the spanner then. What size spanner was it?
14.
Is that all it is, a 14?
Yeah, it's little baby components.
Wow.
What's the little time?
And we are filming, honey. We are filming. Right, Ben says this is ridiculously tight, so we'll see.
Well, tighter than I'd expect.
That'll work. Okay. I'll let you work out what the bottom one's at.
17.
14. Let me get a ratchet spanner. Because if we don't use ratchet spanners, we get told off by the viewers. Why are you not using a ratchet spanner?
You shouldn't use it to crack them loose.
No, you shouldn't. You're right. That's how you break them. Right. Okay, so that's the top one. Hey, I tell you what, you know, we're taking a brand new car apart.
Yeah, there's no rust.
No, there's no rust at all. This is about the only time that workshop job times actually apply. You realise that? On a new car, because there's no rusty bolts.
You chuck us your 14 ratchet spanner.
Right, so both 17, yeah.
I win.
Hey, I'm filming. Everything takes longer when you're filming. Boom, boom, boom. I haven't done lift kit for years.
Yeah, the new one should dampen a fair bit better. It's quite a large diameter.
Okay, coming down. Perfect. Oh, sorry, camera. Right, so original shock, we've got 2 rubbers and 2 washers that go that way around with a concave side downwards. And the nuts. We'll put all those back together again. Because one day, man, those shocks are a lot bigger, aren't they? The new ones. Bigger's better, right? Okay. So now we've got, you see, we've got 3 washers. Well, that one I think goes down onto the actual body itself from memory. So concave, push. There we go. Look. And then I think that will probably go there, through the bracket on the vehicle, then that, then the nut. Yeah? Because that one's under a lot more load because it's in the compression side. That's what I believe. But we have no instructions, right?
No instructions.
So we'll go with that, and if we need to swap it around at a later date, it's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, there's no instructions.
There's no instructions.
No instructions.
That's ridiculous. Oh my god.
There's nothing online. Oh, we can't check, can we?
We've got no internet. We've had no internet for 3 days, so we can't even check online. So we'll go with that. That's my gut feeling. I don't think the only other place it would go would be on top after it goes through the mount on the chassis, and that way down.
Because it's got that collar on it, it's kind of like a locator, isn't it? It must slot in.
Yeah. The only thing to think about that is when the shock goes, when you're articulating and the wheel comes off the ground and the whole weight of the axle's hanging off the shock, which it will be, that might help to beef up the bracket and spread the load.
Yeah, but it's always got the weight of the Jimny on it and not always got the weight of the axle hanging. So which side needs more beef?
Yep, good point, that way around. We could be wrong. Right, Ben, if you can lower that jack down. Now keep an eye on the brake pipes and stuff.
I can't see from here, so you'll have to tell me.
Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on my brake pipe.
All I can see is a plastic bumper.
Right. Steady, steady. I'm just watching the back of the Jeep because we don't want it to come up because the axle stands are quite far back.
Yeah. A bit more?
Yeah, keep going. Right, that's about as far as we can go on the brake line. It's actually getting, it's not tight yet, but any more it would be tight. So, the brake pipe can actually be taken out of this clip. So if you get me a pair of long nose pliers, I can take the clip out. You'll have to do the same on your side, and that'll give us a bit more. Oh, geez, sorry camera.
Straight or bent?
Straight, I think. Either that or we take the caliper off. That's the other option. And swing. I think we'll take the caliper off. So
so
2 12s, please. Yep. Let's do the caliper. And that way it's a guaranteed workaround. Here we dig. So we're going to have to drop the caliper off. Got to be very careful of the wheel speed sensor wire as well. We don't damage that.
You just use a ratchet spanner to break it loose.
Oh, these are only at 20 Newton meters. Right, there's one bolt.
Is that going to go back on with some copper slip?
It should do, really, shouldn't it? Because it went in the factory with that, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, bolt length is the same on both. That's good. Okay, can you get me a hook, honey, please? You know the hooks we have behind Wallace? And we can hang the caliper up. Right, we'll try again, Ben. If you'd like to lower that front axle down a bit more, and we'll see if we can get that spring out. Oh, hang on, stop. Go back up. Now we've got breather pipes that are really hanging off the bracket there.
Breather for the death.
Oh, that's not even a breather pipe. That's actually a wheel speed sensor cables.
Is it to do with ABS?
It is. So, 10mm spanner, please, Ben. Jeez. Then we got breathers as well. Holy moly, good job I spotted that.
It might only be an issue on your side.
You got more room there, I think.
Yeah, there's nothing else going tight on this.
Yeah, well, this is where everything goes up to the chassis, you see.
Yeah.
This.
It's only a U side problem.
Okay, that's loose. I'm just going to undo the other one as well.
I got lucky, I got the good side.
You got the good side. Yes.
Got the lazy man side. Vitali's actually good passenger side. Passenger's always lazy. Travel's doing all the work.
Okay, those bolts are both the same, and I can probably tweak that a little bit. Well, in fact, where does that go? Down the front. That's wheel speed sensor. Okay, I think there's not much more to be gained at the moment, so give that a tweak. Just gently lower it down. You've got to be gentle here. If we drop it, we're going to break something.
Gentle enough for you?
Yeah. Keep going.
It stopped.
It has stopped. Oh yes.
Something tight.
Front prop shaft is now sat on the cross member, so that is as far as we're going to go. Okay.
Jack off.
Hey! Brake pad is out.
Well, they're just set there.
Well, if it's hard to get that one out, the other one will be a nightmare to get in. And you know what? Same size brake pads as on the little Suzuki Jeeps we had 30 years ago.
That's not surprising.
You got yours out?
Yeah.
Bloody good. Right, so that's the Old Man Emu, you reckon?
Yep.
It doesn't look any different,
I was going to say that. Just saying.
does it?
Just looks a bit longer.
Although we do have, and you're saying that, it's got more turns, which makes it a softer spring.
I might be happy.
And where's the other spring?
messing up the rears.
Yeah, is that that's definitely the rear, is it?
Well, it's a lot thicker. Normally you've got the thicker spring on the rear for cargo, but you don't put much cargo in these, so maybe it's thicker spring front for engine weight.
No, I wonder if that's the front. Oh my word, the things we have to do. This is off the Old Man Emu website in Australia. Unfortunately, I downloaded it previously because we've got no internet at the moment. And the front coil spring, Ben, is a 3145. So front 3145 is the larger one.
Is the larger one?
Yep.
So the shorter shock takes the longer spring.
Looks that way.
Okay.
And that's a 3146, which according to this is the rear. So that can go back on the bench for now. There, look. Front coil springs, one pair, number 3145 for the part number, and the rear coil springs, one pair, 3146. Geez, I am so pleased that we found that. Okay, let's crack on. Okay, I really don't hold out a lot of hope in getting this in without using the coil spring compressors, but we will give it a go to start off with. Oh, God. I need to gain, and I can't because the front prop shaft's on the crossmember. I need to gain about 4 inches, Ben, to get that in there.
So what a lot of guys say.
Pretty much. Right, I'm going to unfit my coil spring compressors. Can you get yours in?
If I have a hand, somebody lifting the body up and we push the axle down, maybe.
Okay. Well, you're going to be fighting the anti-roll bar, though, aren't you?
Yeah, and because we're on axle stands, actually, the body won't rock.
No, the body won't rock. No, you can't rock the body. The body's nothing to do with it. So if you push down now on your end, does it give or not?
A little bit.
Okay, all right, I'll come around and give you a hand. Killing me. Right, so I'm going to push down.
And you want me to put the spring in?
Or
do you want to put the spring in?
No, I can put the spring in. Yeah, because the end of the spring needs to line up with that little hook there, look, you see.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to go up first because it goes up into a tunnel. Mind all the wires.
Yep.
I don't think that's going to happen. It's not going to happen. No. Yeah, so spring compressors for your side as well. Super job.
Go put it somewhere with the spiders, Nelly.
Okay. That should be okay. Go on. You ever seen one of these fly off?
Not live, no, I've seen it on videos.
Yeah. It's good, isn't it?
I've seen dodgy mechanics use zip ties to squash them down.
Yes, they do.
Take them out and then drop it on the floor, the zip ties break and it flies off.
Jesus. Okay, so I think it's 22. I think. Oh, right. They're backwards. It's weird. This is dangerous. It could go pop. I don't like using these things. At least they're not massive springs.
Yeah. Ooh.
Right, hang on. Let's do
Is,
this.
but it can't come off.
What's that?
That one up.
Oh, it's got one on it, alright.
Yeah.
What are you worried about?
The keener-eyed among you will notice I'm using my left hand because I care less about it.
Jesus. Don't like it. I think we're entering the danger zone now, Ben.
To scale. A little bit more.
Hang on, that's the front. That's the rear.
No, these are the old fronts.
Oh, that's the original front,
Yeah.
is it? Right,
They've
okay.
still got the gluey residue look.
Yeah, go on then. Oh, we're getting there then. Try that. I feel like not doing it anymore. Jesus. Right. Camera.
Coming.
Okay, let's just see if we can get the bomb put in, Ben. This might not be that easy. Because now it's longer because of those, isn't it?
Mm.
Oh man.
I got mine out from the back. I took it out.
Hell. Well, at least we've got them in the right position, but I don't think we're going to be able to get that in using these. I really don't want to take that front prop shaft off. We might have to do. Well, we need more. We need more of a gap. We don't have a choice. It's now sat on the front prop shaft. I'm not taking the cross member out. I'd rather take a prop shaft off. I know why they don't give you instructions. Okay, let's do that. That'd be safer. Right, said Fred, we're going in. Right.
Oh, that.
It should do. Maybe I'll snap it or bring it out. Look at that. If we can get in. There should be a universal joint in that same drawer that we got the extension out of, Ben, please.
I think I know why the Australians work on such big 4x4s. So they can fit.
Pretty much. Wait. Oh no. So this is another thing we don't have a torque setting for now.
Mm. You're right. I bet you never had a torque setting for the SJs, and did you ever come off?
I did. I had them all the manuals for those Jeeps.
Oh, did you ever use it?
I did use it, yes. How dare you? I'm very much a manual kind of a person, really. Jesus. Unfortunately, these sockets don't have the little spring in, the ball bearing in the spring.
Ah, so just come off every time.
Yeah, it just fires them off across the workshop. There we go. Okay. More bits. Right, magic hammer, please, Ben. Hang on. No, she's off. That's it, it's off. Prop is off.
Alright, let's do the drop down.
Hang on, wait for me to come out first. Let's see if we can get any more on this axle.
That's
Right, Ben,
brilliant.
I'm on your side. See if it'll go any lower.
Coming down.
Right, hang on, stop there. I'll check those pipes and stuff because we're going to be getting really close. Oh, we're okay at the moment. Keep going. Keep going, keep going. Alright, stop there. I reckon we might be in with a chance for that. Right. At least the spring's not silent. Okay, let's see. Give this a go now. We've gained a lot more movement. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yes. Right, hang on then. A bit more bent. I need another ½ inch. Okay. Oh yes. There we go. Right, yours is in and lined up.
Cool.
Oakley dokley.
When
Now
you were
this,
straining to put it in, and your back was pressing up against the plastic bumper,
yes,
it was all moving forwards.
probably. Right, the step is on the inside of this mount at the bottom, not the outside like on Ben's. Oh, anti-rattle plate on the head. Oh, getting pretty tight on these pipes. Just ease that a bit.
Almost there.
Okay, we're in, but we have lost a bit of the sheathing, so I'll bring it around here. Put him back on again in situ. Okay. Either that will have a rattle.
Be on your side.
I don't know why I'm really that worried, because where we're going is just going to wreck the thing anyway. Right. Okay, back a little bit. Okay, we're on that step, so you can jack it back up again now, Ben. Looking good. The spring's looking decidedly bowie. Okay, that'll do for now, I think. So we can get the shocks in. So you can go and put your shock in, because you've got, that's all. Or you can caliper back on, then shock on, yeah.
Yeah.
And 20 newton meters for your caliper bolts. Come on, Mr. Propshaft, we can do this. One day we'll have a hoist. Imagine how easy this would be with a hoist.
Would be done already.
Oh, that's interesting. The flange has got more than 4 holes in it.
I wonder if it's the same one they use on another vehicle, maybe.
I think that lines it up. I should have marked it, shouldn't I, with a yellow pen?
Yeah, do you reckon it could be so they can clock it in different positions?
Huh?
Like have it at a different point, like maybe if they're balancing the flange and the shaft all together all as one?
No, that's done on the splines side of it. It's nothing to do with the flange. Oh, drip. So when the front prop shaft drops off somewhere going down rainbows,
We know to blame.
to blame. That's right. Oh, there we go. Right, there we go. How are you doing?
Calipers on. What else was I doing? Forgotten. Oh, shock.
Shock. You need your shock. And Mummy's filming you, isn't she?
She's filming a bit about.
Cool. There's going to be so much footage from this. Dum 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 dum. Last one. There we go.
Yeah, the shiny bit, Mumsy. Shiny new bit. Ooh.
Hey, you know we said we'd do the front because there's less bits. It should be easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
How's that working?
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, me too. Right.
I feel like you're lying.
So it definitely surprised me there was that much involved.
Make sure you get my bald spot.
Ow. Right. I've got to work out a torque setting for these next.
Would you like any copper slip on the shock? On the bottom shock bolt?
Yeah. I think we should, don't you? On the shaft, not the threads,
Yeah. There you go, hang now.
Right, so that just needs tweaking up. 9.62 M10. So, Google says 64 Newton meters. Jeez. Right, I've put the machine in 4-wheel drive, so now the front prop shaft is locked. And they were very tight coming out. There we go. Bit of yellow pen. Yellow pen's good because then you know you've done it and you can see later on if it's come loose. Pretty cool. Right, honey, can you jump in?
Yeah.
And put the vehicle back into 2-wheel drive for me. So don't start it, just push the lever forwards. Get used to it. Right, so little lever forwards. Right, little lever back into 4H.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, that's that one. Okay, little lever forwards into 2H.
Yeah.
And backwards into 4H.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the third one done. There we go. Right, 2H.
Yeah.
4H.
Yeah.
Lovely jubbly. 2H.
Yeah.
Right, you can exit vehicle now. Thank you.
Need a ladder.
Perfect. Right, next job is to get these back in position. That's one. See if we can get the bolt back in. We're a bit concerned, Ben's just a bit concerned about the length of the front brake pipes. So we're going to have to check the droop to see what they're like. Come on, start. You can do it. Thank you. Lovely job. What's left a mark on the car? Oh. That's not on, is it? Right, and then that one clips to that one. Bracket on a bracket. Everything's a little bit bent now because we eased it. Oh, there we go. Okay. Won't do any harm to leave it slightly eased, I think.
I think a wet wash will be off.
Oh, that's a long bolt for in there. There we go. 10 Newton meters. Click. Okay. Right. Caliper back on. Now you might ask why I've got a G-clamp on the brake pads. Well, that's because we have the camera mag mount on the brake disc, and of course that the caliper there, it was rotating. So Ben came up with a cunning plan. Thanks, Ben.
Simple genius.
Simple genius. More of the simple than genius there, right? I'm in trouble now. I'm in trouble. That's alright, I'm always in trouble. Right. Now this silver stuff, if you get it on your hands, Ben, you never ever get rid of it.
Mm-hmm. So you just wipe it on an extra bit of the gym.
Yes. It's
Future-proof
preservative.
corrosion.
You still get your torque wrench for these.
Yes.
20 Newton meters is what they were on the 410s, so same size bolt, so I'm going to assume that they do it the same.
It looks to be the same caliper.
It's similar. I've rebuilt enough of those calipers to know exactly how they look. Right, you're still on 20, yeah?
Yes. Now just to mess with them, I set that under 40.
Yeah, snap. Yes. Okay, that's that done. I need a shock now, please, Ben. Right, we'll stick him down there. We'll stick him up there through the hole. Well, you can do it. You can do it. Did you find yours was hard to get in?
No, but I don't have that problem.
It has got a rise. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. You might be doing your shock again.
Why?
There's a raised section inside.
Oh.
So how will that sit on there? It won't, will it? That's a bit crap.
Yeah, I did put mine on the underside, but it didn't seem to struggle to go in at all. It just went straight in.
Yeah, I think that should be alright. I just get the impression it might rattle. Anyway, we'll find out.
We'll find out, because it should be under enough tension from the bolt to squash the rubbers and keep it all taut.
Right. Okay. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum bum. Is it that way? That way, wasn't it? Concave. I do that for the viewers. I don't question myself. I hadn't forgotten, honest. Now, was yours bolt from outside in?
Yes. Its nut was on the inside.
I drag a pressure shot.
That was a drop the jack down a bit.
You can do if you want, yeah. Just a fraction. Nothing like making it easy. I need about 2 mil. That's all. Whoa.
Now I can go up if needed. I'll use the control. You got it?
It's in. Hang on. Buying a hoist, honey. Right, where's the nut? Right, and yours are all tight already, are they?
Yep. I expect you'll probably want to check them, but they're done.
Are they 217s?
Yes.
Okay. Lovely jubbly. Old Man Emu stuff going on, Ben.
Yeah.
How cool is that? Okay. I'll do. Right, top one. Is that a 17 as well?
It is now.
Oh, my life's so much easier now.
You've got projector headlights.
What, were built-in paintball guns?
No.
Not projectile headlights then. I'm going to need those mole grips again. Mine's turning.
You've got a pair right there.
Hmm.
You just swept them aside.
Well, I had to get on the ground like a peasant. That'll do nicely, Gromit. Really? I need some more ball grips, these are all knackered.
Tangs are a really nice set.
I have some Tang ones, but I've worn them out.
Yeah, the little ones are really handy too. I find I use them, there's quite a lot of work for holding cables. Like if you want to pinch it.
Oh, I got you a set, didn't I?
Yeah. So like for drop seat post cables, for example, if you want to move the outer casing but the lead is disconnected, you can just pinch your cable snug to the outer casing.
Yeah.
And then you can tug on the outer and it'll pull the inner through. Or you can pull on the drop post and it'll pull the outer and the inner through at the same time.
That's pretty good.
You just can't clamp it too tight or else you push the cable in it before.
Still turning.
But those little Tang ones, I don't know if the warehouse store has it, they had a knockoff for $1 each.
$1?
$1 each for a pair of little Tang.
They're going to be great quality.
Hey, you jest, but I've just got a pair now that are 3 years old and still going.
Cool.
Yeah, for $1.
Right, so that's tightened up. I haven't gone mental on there because you don't want to be over crushing the bush. That will do. It is a nylock and it's within the threads, so we're good. So, front brake hoses. There is nothing in the kit to extend the bracket down to give you more length of hose. It's not tight yet, We are still on the jack, so Ben's now going to let the jack down, and we'll see how tight these hoses get, because it doesn't want to be any tighter than what it is now, to be perfectly honest. All right, Ben, slowly.
That's it.
That's it, is it? Okay, well, I'm not kidding.
Is it like a
That's
string?
no, there's movement, but I'm not over happy with that, to be honest. I might have to saw some longer ones, or there's plenty of spare at the top. Fit another bracket further down and move the clamp at the top maybe an inch and a half lower, because then we're using standard hoses then, which is better. Easy to get parts in case one breaks, but that's a bit, it's not enough. There should be a bit more than that, really. Okay, I'll check the other side, I think, just to be on the safe side. Okay, this side actually, Ben, has got a bit more play. There's a bit more free play in it. There's a bit more movement, yeah. So this, if the other side was like this, I'd be happy, but it's not. Right, we've got one more thing to check. We're going to put both wheels on, and then we'll take the axle stands out, and we're going to jack underneath one wheel at one end of the axle to get the axle to fully articulate. So one wheel will go up in the arch, and the other wheel will drop all the way down. Now, this is a different test, because the caliper is about 4 to 5 inches further outboard to where the shock's mounted. So previously, the axle was essentially horizontal, and the whole thing just dropped down and hung on the shocks at full extension. Now, when we jack one up, shock goes up, this one stays in the same place, fully extended, but because the axle is now at an angle, the caliper is even lower, and there'll be even more tension on that brake cable, on the hydraulic cable. So I think it's going to get even worse.
Not really articulating that much.
It's not, is it? There's actually plenty of room on here.
It's staying fairly level as the axle to body.
Is it?
It's starting to tilt now. Or not that far out of.
I think you're just lifting the body up.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's enough on there at the moment. It really is borderline, but you can cope with that. Here you go. I know you want to see. So it hasn't really changed much, actually. It's still got a little bit of movement. That's actually better than it was previously, with the axle just completely hanging. So I think we'll be okay. Just. What was that? I've done what?
You've accidentally made an Alabama squatted Jimny. The internet's going to kill you now.
What's one of those?
The idiots in America that squat the back end of their trucks down and lift the front end up so they can't see where they're going at all.
Ben, you can't say idiots on the internet, right? Because like there'll be a death wish out for you.
That's fine. They don't have 2 brain cells.
What? Hey, you can't say that either. What you can say is it's a particular kind of culture that does that to a motor vehicle, right? And we can't ridicule them for having that particular culture. It's their choice. If they want to make their car look like that, that's their choice. And who am I to complain? I mean, you know, this is what I'm doing to my Jimny. I'm jacking it up so it'll go off-road. If they want to make their car off-roadable at the front and really low at the back so the car can't do anything, then that's their choice, you know? Either you make the car higher or you make it lower, right? Lower for better handling, higher for more clearance. Doing it one at the front and one at the back, how does that work? Anyway, let's go and see what Ben's on about. Okay, old bits. Right, I need a side-on shot. Excuse me, people. Cameraman coming through. Beep, 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 beep. Right. The rear, obviously, is still standard. Panning across. Look at that! It's all jacked up. It's got at least twice the clearance under the arches. And, more importantly, I'll put the torch on for you. There you go, look. We actually have some clearance now in full lock between the tyre and the bits of plastic, which no doubt will fall off anyway somewhere. But there is actually a gap, whereas before, I mean, it's not much of a gap, but there is a gap, which is better than it was. Well, that went to plan, didn't it?
Pretty much.
We'll do the front end first. That'll be really easy because there's like less bits, just springs and shocks. If you're going to be doing this job, you'll need to do a bit more than what you thought you were going to have to do. I've covered everything in this part of the video. We had those little brackets on the axle, the two M6 bolts to take off, just to help prevent any kind of stress on the ABS wires and the breather pipes. We had to take the front prop shaft off at the front diff flange because the prop was sat on the cross member and wouldn't allow the axle to drop low enough. As soon as we did that, we were good, weren't we? Mm-hmm. We had enough movement to get the springs in. And bearing in mind, the front springs that we've fit are the heavy duty version because the vehicle's going to get a bull bar and a winch. If you're just fitting the standard Old Man Emu lift springs at the front, they'll be quite a bit easy to compress, I'm sure. Right, it's time for a cup of tea and a cigarette, and then we'll start on the rear. Here's a word from Tool Girl Holly.
So Andy, how can viewers support the channel?
If you'd like to support the Andy Mechanic YouTube channel and currently the build of this trailer and all the equipment needed to do the adventure ride, then you can do that through the PayPal option. There's a link on the home page of Andy Mechanic YouTube channel, top right hand side in the banner. I think there's also a link in the description. I'll double check for you. If you enjoyed the video, why not click on subscribe, click the ring the notification bell. That way YouTube will send you an email or a notification as and when I upload any new videos. That way you won't miss out on any more of the videos on this particular series. You'll also find me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, so you can communicate through any of those portals, or flick me an email, andymechanic@live.co.uk. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you all those that have already supported this fantastic cause for Alzheimer's Trust. I really, really appreciate it. And for those long-term viewers that are always there in the background giving advice and just chipping in, you know, because without you guys, there wouldn't be a YouTube channel. Simple as that. It needs viewers, right? Okay, crew. See you next time. Cheers. Over and out. And we get the flip up again.
Oh!